Welcome back to my channel, and today what I'm going to be doing, I'm just basically going to be building a simple store inventory. This is something I've actually done, like this is the fourth time I'm doing it. So as I'm learning to code, one of the things I want to do is to understand how to write a code, understand the hooks, understand why it is written like that. So what I actually do is that whenever I learn a particular um project or anything, I have to like do it over and over again to enable me understand what I have done. So this is actually the fourth time I've done this project, and I'm going to be doing it without any help from probably ChatGPT or going back to what I've done before to go and spy. So today I'm going to be doing it all from my head and all from the little things that I've understood. So let's get right into the video.
So first of all, the shop inventory or the store inventory, not a shop inventory, sorry. The store inventory is going to have uh about three inputs. So let's start with that. Input of type text. Let's say a placeholder. Placeholder is going to be the name of the product in the store. So name of product. And so let's have another one. It's going to have the name of product, then the cost of the product. Let's say price instead of cost. Price of products. Then we're also going to have the quantity of the product in the store. Quantity. Yeah, so that's what we're going to have. We see the inputs right here. This is actually nice. So after this, we are going to have an on change event, so that this I think this on change, so that whatever you are typing, mhm, whatever you are typing on the inputs on this input box can actually be visible, and it can be returned like you are going there sha. So we're going to have an unchange event. Let's say handle product. This is going to handle the product. We're also going to have another unchange. Each input is going to have an unchange event. So this will be handle price. Handle price. This will be handle. This will be handle what? Handle quantity. Quantity. Nice. Now, since we have done this, we have to save the state of um each input. So by so doing, uh, let's see, input product, then set input products, set input product. So we're going to use useState for this. So let's say it's an empty string. So we're going to copy this and do the same for the next input box. So this will be input price. Then this other one is going to be set input price. Then this will be input quantity. I don't know why is it that I'm struggling with the spelling of quantity. Set input quantity. Okay. So after that, we're going to write a function. We're going to write a function for this unchanged event. Like if you see here now, you see this error message is saying that handle product is not defined, right? So let's write a function to define each of those events. So say function handle product. Handle product is going to be set input product e dot value dot value dot target. This e also means invent. So we're going to do same for handle price. So just copy this. So this is going to be set quantity. Then this is going to be set price. Handle price. Handle quantity. You can see another error here saying handle is not defined key. Nice. So I just refresh it. So now we've gotten this, the name of the product, the price of the product, and the quantity. Now what's the next thing to do? For this store inventory, it's going to have like a table. So that table is going to show the list of items that are in the store. So for us to do that, to be able to achieve that, I would like to create some items. Let's store some items. Let's say this is items, it's items. Let's store some item, use state, do like an array of objects. So we have let's say we have an ID first. Let's say we have an ID of 1, then the name of the product. This ID of 1 is just like serial number that's going to itemize this 1, 2, 3, just like that. So let's say we have an ID of 1, then the name of the product. Let's say we have bag of beans, a string. Let's put it in a string, bag of beans, bag of beans. Then the price of this particular product is going to be uh, the price is going to be what are we going to say is the price? Let's say the price is $40. Okay. Then after that, let's say what there again, quantity. So the quantity. So how many bags of beans are in the store? So let's say we have 3 bags of beans in the store. Nice. So we have 3 bags of beans in the store. So we want this item to like display in form of a table. So to achieve this, we're going to use the map function to actually return this inside a table. So let's come over here. We're also going to have a button. Oh, I just forgot. We're going to have a button that we're going to say add item, add item, add item, so that whenever we click, we after typing whatever we are typing on our name of product, price, quantity, we can say add item, then it's not going to like go into the table. So let's go further and see. So we are putting all the items inside the table cell spacing, I mean, self padding 10, border 0, cell spacing, let's say 10. Okay, so the table is going to have head, t head. So we're going to have an ID. Should I say ID or serial number? S/N means serial number. So copy this. So we have a serial number, we have name of the product, the name of the product, name of product. Let's make this one and see if there'll be a border. Okay. 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 Then after the name of product, we have the price of the product, price of product. Then we have quantity, right? Okay. We have quantity. Then this other one is going to be like a button. Yes, let's call it action. Just in case you want to delete um that particular product. You understand? So this heading is going to be like action. What action you want to delete it. So that's what is going to be there. Probably when we see the entire result, we're going to understand what I'm doing right here. I've not had any CSS file, it's not fine. But anyway, let's just get right into it. So after doing this, we're going to have T body, and this T body are going to have this particular item that we have stored. This particular item that we have stored here is what we want to call right now. So we're going to say items.map, items.map. So we're going to say elements, then index. So this element now, this element here is representing this item. Okay, that's what this element is representing. You can see that there's an error. Let's see what's going on. Okay, items on map, index, so on and so forth. Anyways, let's just get right. I think this should be, is it not? Okay, no, that's not correct. I don't know why that error is there. So after this, we are going to have a row, and this row is going to have some data. Now, when you are returning a list of a particular items in React, you have to give it a key. So we are going to have a key, and the key is going to be index. So this data is going to be elements dot id. Then let's copy this to the, let's copy element dot id, element dot name, element dot name. So this method is the method that is used to access these items that was stored in this use state. So element.id, element.named, element.price, and element.quantity. So that is what is going to be in this data. In the name dot price and quantity. So you see now. So we're going to have another data, but it's going to be a button. So I'm going to say delete. You see it now. I don't know. I don't want this border to be here. So let's see how we're going to remove it. I don't know why. Set spacing okay, let me remove this border and see first. Or let's say border 0. Everything is out. I just need one border to be there. I don't know why this two. So we're going to say set spacing should be 0. And after that we're going to say let the border be 1. Nice one. Nice one. Now, if you notice something, if you should put this one inside a curly bracket, let's see what will happen. Okay, it worked. Okay. So let's continue. So what do we have to do next? We want that whenever we type, let's say we say the product, let's say the product is bag of, wait, what happened? Cannot read properties of undefined region target, so on and so forth. What's going on? Cannot read properties of undefined reading targets. So let's see what is wrong with this thing here. Because it's supposed to work. It's supposed to allow you type. Come to the input you have on change, handle product, handle price, handle quantity. Oh. It's not event, it's not e value, it's not e dot value dot target. It's supposed to be e dot target dot value. Target dot value. E dot target dot value. Oh, and I also remember something also. Let's e dot target dot value. Each of the inputs is supposed to have a value, and that value is going to be input product. Then the value for this one is going to be input price, and the value for this is going to be input quantity. So let's type again and see. See now that error did not come. So we have fixed that. So if you have to type bag of Gary, for example, let's say the price of a bag of Gary is $30 and the quantity of Gary you have in the store is 5. Now if you say add, we want this whole thing we have written in the input to come to the table. So for us to be able to do that, the add button is going to have an event. It's going to listen to an event. So this add button, we're going to say on click and do add. Hmm? So we're going to write a function for that function and do add. So what do you want to happen at this point? How are we going to write this particular line of code? We're going to we're going to say okay. We're going to say um let's say const new items is equal to an object, right? Is equal to an object, and that object is an id an id. Now you know that when you want to add, for example, we are going to have two here. So at this, we are going to have the next item that is coming to join this table, if you understand me, is going to be number two, right? So at this point, we are supposed to add 1 plus 1 to make it 2. Okay? We are going to add 1 plus 1 to make it 2. Do you understand? So that whenever we are saying add item, you are not going to repeat 1 again. Okay, let's say this is 1, for example. Let's just leave it at 1 first. Then we have name. The name is going to be this particular value here. It's going to be what? It's going to be input product. It's going to be input product. Do you understand? The value for this input box. So the name is going to be input product. Input product. Then the price is going to be input price, and the quantity is going to be input quantity. Okay, so the value of each of the inputs, that is what you are returning to this table. That's the reason why this new items that you want to add to this table is carrying the value of this input box. I hope you understand. So what next now? What's the next thing to do right here? Okay, now we're going to say, after doing that, we're not going to say when you click on the add item button, you are going to set the item, which is this particular items. Okay, we are going to set items to be new items, but it's not just that. We're going to say you are going to take the previous one, the previous item. So you are going, let's use the spread, this thing, dot 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 items. The old item, you're going to take the old items and the new items together. So this is what you're going to return. That's what we are trying to tell this undo button, right? This undo add button. So it's trying to say when you click on add button, collect the old items and these new items and return it to this table. Now let's practicalize what we have done. Let's see if it will work. Name of the product, bag of rice. Price of the product, $30. Quantity 5. Let's say add. You see, voila, it worked. Hey. Oh, it worked. So that's that. But the thing here is that I don't want 1 to be here. I want it to be 2. So I have to add 1 plus 1 to make it 2. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to store a new number. It's a const next id set set next id, right? Use state. So let the next id be 2. Okay, so this 2 here now is representing next id. Next id is equal to 2. So at this point, what we're going to see in this our handle button, now when you click on handle button, the id should be next id. So when you click on that add item, the next id is going to be 2. Now for previous cases, you now add more items to the store. When you add more items to the store, we're now going to say that set next id to be the previous id, the previous plus 1. So now let's see. Bag of rice, product price is what? $30, quantity is 5, add item is what? Nice, 2. Now let's add it again. You see it now? 3. Now let's add it again. 4. You see it? Let's add it again. 6. So as you continue to add, it's going to set the next serial number to be the previous one plus 1. You get? So that's how this actually works. So let me add h1 here. Store inventory. Good. So I want to add some styling to this. We are not done now because this delete button is not functioning. We're going to work on that. But before we do that, let's add some styling to it. So so let's come here first. I want to give this a class name. A class name of store container. Oh, display flex, align align item center, justify content center, flex direction, column. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. Okay. Let's give it a border 1 pixel solid red. Okay. Let's give it a padding of 20 pixels. See. Okay, this is not bad. This is not bad. So let me give it a gap of like 30 pixels. This is nice. This is not bad. So come to H1. What color should this be? I'm very terrible when it comes to colors. Let's say red. Okay, color. Color. Red. Okay, that's nice. Not bad. I feel like I should give it a what if like box shadow, instead of that, let me give this inner stuff box shadow. Insert 2 pixels, 10 pixels, 10 pixels. Let's say blue. Okay. Blue is not final. Let's say purple. Purple is not bad. So let me give this to be purple. Say border radius to be like 20 pixels. Nice, 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 nice. This is not bad. Mm, 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 mm. So this is not bad. Let's come over to the input. Let's say the width is 50%. Mm, and let's say 100% if that should be the case. 100%. Okay. Let's say the height is about 40 pixels. Nice. So let's give it like a border radius of 20 pixels. Then let's give it a padding of like 10 pixels. Let me reduce the height. Let's say 20. Okay, this is not bad. This is nice. This is not bad. Okay, this is not bad. Border color. Say border color is, let's say purple. Let me remove the outline. I don't like the, let's say none. Okay, this is not bad. So this isn't bad at all. Did I give it a box shadow? Let's see. Let's give it a box shadow and see how it will look. Not bad. Is it that bad? Okay, let me reduce the thickness. Let's say 5. Oops. Okay. Let's say 5 again for this. 5 pixels. I think the 5 is thick. Okay, I think this is better. I feel like the gap is too much, so let's say it's 20 instead. This is not bad. Now for the table, let's say the table head, this one, background color. I want to use another color. What other color can fit or can match with purple? I'm very terrible with colors, I swear. Orchid. I don't know, is it that bad? Say color white. Let's text color to be white. Okay. Then text align, center. that I think that should be just for this. Now, I've not styled the button. Let's go back to the button. Let's say the button should be with 50%. It's too big. Let's say 20%. 20% is not that bad. Padding 5 pixels. Then border radius 20 pixels. Outline none. Okay. Border none. Okay, that's nice. Let me add box shadow to this one also. So I'm just adding box shadow to everything. Is it fine? If it's fine, please tell me in the comments. Leave a comment that, oh, my color design is kind of fine. Leave a comment for me so that we have hope. Instead of purple, I want to use red. Okay, that's not bad now. That's normal. Let's leave that one like that. So you can see that this delete button is affecting the delete button. So what I'll do is that I'll give the button a class name. Class name btn dot btn. So that's nice. Now what next? What next? What next? So the next thing, now let's see how it looks like. Name of product. Let's say we have 2 bars of yam. 2 bars of yam. Price for each yam is cost how many dollar? $20. A quantity we have 10. So let's say add. You see, number 2, 2 bars of yam, $20 and 10 quantity. God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that this is actually working. You guys, you will not believe that this particular project, I've done it so many times. This is the fourth time I'm doing it, like I said earlier. This is the fourth time I'm doing it, and it's going so smooth. So that is that. So I think the text inside this the body of the table are like one side. I want to align it to make it to be at the center. So let's come to, we are going to say let's give this a class name. Class name table text. Table text. So come to dot table text td text align center. You see now? Eh, eh, it worked. It works, you guys. It works. I'm so excited. So now the next thing we're going to work on is on this delete button. Whenever we click on this delete button, we want this particular row to disappear. So for us to do that, come back to our JSX file, go to the delete button and give it an event listener. So let's say on click handle delete. So let's write a function for that. Function handle delete. So we're going to say const updates. Update your items. We're going to say items dot filter. Okay. for us to be able to achieve this index right here, we're going to call it, let's write this our handle delete as a function here. Let's, okay, then I say index. So we're going to say if the index is not equal to, so let's come here and say, let's say remove index. So say remove index. Now what are we now going to do? We're going to set items to be update items. So now let's see if that will work. It worked. It worked. It worked. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Let's do that again. Let's say we have a name of product, bag of beans. Come here, we have price of product should be like $30. The quantity of the product should be like, let's say 15. We have 15 bags. Okay. Sorry, let's refresh this thing again first and see. So let's add another one. Bags, bags, bags of rice. Price is what? 30. Quantity is 50. Let's say 3 is the quantity. Let's say 2 bags of yam again. 2 bags of yam. Let's say $15. Let's say we have 10 bags, 10 tubers. You see now? So this delete button is going to delete that. If you delete number one is going to delete out. Oh my god, I'm so super excited. I'm so super excited that I can actually do this. I think that's all now. Maybe is there any other thing to do? Okay. Okay, this delete button, I don't like the way it is. So I want to style that one. Let me give it a class name. Class delete btn. Dot delete btn. Border none, outline none, color red. Or should I think I should give it a box shadow like I did for this other button right here. Mm, okay, that's not bad now. Let's say font size 20. Okay, that's not bad. Delete, refresh. I feel like let's increase the size of this other button here. The add button feels like it's too small. So let's KBTN. Okay, let's increase the padding. 5 is too small. 10. Oops. Let's make it 8. Oops. I believe it's at the 5. It's not that bad. Now there's something. If you click on add, is adding an empty space. Now this is happening because if I should adjust this particular, mhm, so it's because I'm not using the entire viewport. That's the reason why you see that it's trying to shrink. Now you see this thing is um showing an empty is adding an empty in input. So for us to be able to stop this, what am I going to do? To be very honest, this particular one I don't really know in my head. Well, let me try something I have in mind. Come to the add button. So let's see. If input price dot string comma input product dot string, then input quantity dot trim. Okay, I don't know if it will work, but let's just give it a try. There's no harm in trying now, right? uh what happened? Handle delete is not defined. Okay, I'm not supposed to put a function inside this function. Input quantity is not a function. Input quantity is not a function. Input quantity is not a. Okay, I'm supposed to say dot trim. I forgot it. Okay. It worked though, it worked. I just thought about it because I've seen an example like this. I learned that trim is used to like create empty space or remove empty space. I think so. So it actually worked though. Okay, let's refresh again and try and see. The name of the product, bag of rice. The price is $20. The quantity is 3. Add. Okay, add again. Okay, that's it. Now let's see. Let's see if we say add, if an empty space now. An empty space did not occur. It worked. Ah, it worked. That's so nice. Okay. What other thing would I like to do to this? What other thing would I like to do to this? What other thing? What else? What else? What else? What else? Now, I want that if, let's say, the name of the product is bag of rice, right? And the price is $30 and we have 5 quantity. I want that after we've added this item, this input box should go back to be empty, right? It will go back to be an empty input box. So for us to achieve that, we're going to say when you add all this, go to our handle add button function. We're going to say if this is this, okay, it's inside the if. Okay, let's say outside the if, set the input price to be an empty string. Let's see if this one will work. I don't know if it's supposed to be inside the if or outside, but let me just try. Set the input product to be an empty string, then set the quantity to be an empty string also. So tuber of yam, price of the product, let's say is $30, quantity, let's say 5, add. It works. Ew. Name, you see now that these input boxes are empty, and if you click on add, it's not going to um it's not going to like add empty spaces. So that is nice. That's good. Whew. So what next should I think of that I can add to this? I feel like there's something missing. Hey, you know that when you click on add, I want it to show those things when you're filling a form, you say this input is required, that kind of thing. How do I achieve that? Go to the input. Let's see the input. I think there's something that you do and say required or something like that. Required. Nothing happened though. Nothing happened. Let me go to ChatGPT and see how to achieve that particular result. Make the input. Make the input to be required. I don't know to be required. I don't understand how it is, but let's just see what it will give us. To ensure that the input fields are required before an item added to the inventory, you should modify your undo function to validate all fields explicitly and prevent adding an item if any field is empty. Also, the current check in your undo function, blah blah blah. Anyway, it said this code is not correct. It's not correctly validating all field. It only evaluates the last one, which is this one, due to the use of comma. So I'm not supposed to use comma there. Okay, so it's supposed to be input.trim equal to an empty string, or input.trim equal an empty string. Okay, alert all fields are required. Okay. Okay. Okay, also ensure your inputs will have the required attributes. Though in React, it is not used for manual validation, only for form validation. Oh, so there's no need putting it now. So let's use this last one that is here. Come here and so let me correct this thing. Say it's equal an empty string. Mm. Then these two line. Let me ask ChatGPT what these two line actually mean. Well, I don't know if it's all. It's actually I saw this thing in JavaScript before. So I'll just copy it and put it there. So I'm not making any mistake here. Oh. So my eye don dey wan come turn me. Oh God abeg oh. For something I don't do. Sharp, sharp. Okay, what did you say now? So I'm going to alert all fields are required. So let's see. All field are required. Okay. So let's say a roll of milk. A roll of no. Let's say sachet milk. Sachet milk. Price $10. We have 7 roll. Add. Talk am say one error go dey for one place. Input quantity dot trim blah 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 is not a function. My goodness. See, okay, I think I've seen there's two brackets here. So let me remove it. Okay, say add. Okay, that worked now. Okay. So let's say we have only the name of the product. What else? What other food stuff? Granite oil. Granite oil. Then we have the quantity to be 9. There is no price of product. Let's see. All fields are required. It's all right then. So this is what we have. Let me expand it so that you can see. So this is the code. I so much enjoy doing this. So this is the code and this is the CSS file. I don't know, maybe I'll put the entire code in the comment section so that anybody who wants to do this, you can actually recreate it. So this is how it looks. This is how it looks.
You guys, you said that at some point I had to use ChatGPT. Like I don't have any choice because I didn't know what to do at that at that point. So I had to use ChatGPT. It's not actually bad. ChatGPT is actually there to help us, right? So, anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. And if this is something that you like, do also subscribe to my channel. Do also like, do also share with somebody. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one. Bye.